Too many people have such bad anxiety when trying to figure out their purpose or when talking about what they're going to do with their lives. First of all, we have to take a deep breath. You don't have to decide for the rest of your life what you're going to do. You basically have to decide what you want to do right now. Your purpose, the thing that lights your soul on fire, it exists. But you're blocking your own blessings by being so anxious about it. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leeor Alexandra. Welcome to the Baby Elephant community. On this channel, we talk about the law of attraction, spirituality, self-development, and so much more. And today I want to talk to you about finding your purpose. I want to hopefully help you to reframe your perspective on finding your purpose. Honestly, it's supposed to be fun. We came to this earth to play, to discover, to explore, to expand, and to learn. Not to fear about what we're going to do next. The way that the world has been set up, unfortunately, by the asleep human, has kept us so far away from understanding what it feels like to have purpose and passion. It's created this sense of distance for people so that we can't even imagine what a life would look like if we were living our purpose. But we are in the age of reclaiming our time, our energy, and our resources. The awakened human doesn't settle for a job. The awakened human doesn't work to live or live to work. We work because we enjoy it and we get paid handsomely to enjoy our work. This is a possibility in today's age. We no longer live in a society in which we must continue to do things one way. And the main reason for that is we have more access to knowledge, more access to information. In the past, it was very difficult to know what you are capable of. And now there's all these resources, all this information out there that shows you what you could be doing. Since I have left my 9 to 5, I get to talk about things that set my soul on fire. I am doing my purpose and my passion, and I get to do so because I focus on putting out value instead of focusing on creating profit. And when you focus on value, when you focus on giving to people, the universe aligns you with all the resources and energy and everything that you need in order to continue to do this. It's a cycle. The universe provides you with the abundance to continue to do so. Speaking of the abundance to continue to do so, today's video is sponsored by one of my favorites, Skillshare. And I have to tell you about the eerily fitting class I just joined on there. If you haven't heard about Skillshare yet, it is an online learning community where people come together to take the next step in their creative or business journeys. There are thousands of super inspiring classes on there where you can learn anything from creating a website to taking the perfect Instagram picture to creative writing. Can I speak? Interior design like I've been taking, and also some really beautiful courses on basically finding your purpose, managing anxiety, things to do with mental health. Skillshare is actually an amazing sponsor for this video because the way that it works is with their premium annual membership, which costs less than $10 a month, you get access to unlimited classes, to all the classes that you want to experience. And with that, you can figure out what excites you and what doesn't so easily. You don't have to go and take an in-person class and then find out 3 classes in that you no longer like it. You can take a class that's usually under 60 minutes and figure out whether you like it and whether you want to continue learning about it or not immediately from the comfort of your own home. I often use Skillshare for inspiring video ideas. So the class I'm currently taking is called Choose Must: 10 hands-on exercises to find and pursue your passion. It actually inspired this video, and I could listen to the instructor Luna speak for ages because her voice is so soothing. If you want to check out Skillshare yourself, if you use the link in the description below, you get 2 months free to explore any of those classes. It's a premium membership, 2 months for free, and you can explore your creativity. If you use the link below, it really helps the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to finding our purpose. So the first thing that I want to impress upon you is that tapping into the fun mentality rather than the desperate, fearful mentality will make finding your purpose so much easier. When we are looking for what we want to do, if we make it this desperate, fearful thing, we will still end up manifesting and attracting our purpose, but it's going to come probably really far distant into the future, and after a lot of closed doors, after a lot of no's, after a lot of rejection and a lot of hardships and challenges. And that's not how it has to be. When you are a multidimensional being, when you know that you have access to resources outside of physicality, you can make finding your purpose so fun, so easy. So what I want you to do is I want you to feel excited about finding yourself and finding your place in this world, finding your purpose and passion and the thing, your bliss, the thing that sets your soul on fire. Choose to be excited about it, because that will make the journey exciting rather than fearful and challenging. So commit with me right now. I commit to enjoying this journey. I commit to enjoying the journey of finding my purpose. I commit to enjoying the journey of knowing what to do next. Which leads me to the second thing that you have to do in order to find your purpose, which is set an intention with the universe. Now you can speak this out loud or you can say it internally, but basically you are making this statement that puts it out into the universe that you are expecting an answer from it. So what I would say, or what I would write down, because writing things down makes it a lot more important to your subconscious mind and your higher self and the universe, I would write something such as, I intend to know what my next step is. An even better intention is to say something like, thank you so much, universe, for giving me the clarity and the direction to find my purpose. I am so grateful that I have found my purpose, that I have found my calling. So I want you to either journal it, speak it aloud, and maybe consider doing a little ceremony around it. So this is a little bit esoteric, but I like to do this because I feel like it infuses my actions with intention. What I did the other day, because you can ask the universe for guidance with anything. I often ask the universe for guidance with the next step. And that's really the same thing as finding your purpose and finding your calling. So what I did is I sat on the floor with my vegan Remo drum and I started drumming and having a really good time. For like 5-10 minutes, I was just singing to the universe and making like loud, weird noises and drumming. My family was out of the house, thankfully, so I wasn't scaring anybody, and just drumming. And I was having such a good time. What was I doing by doing that? I was aligning to this frequency of joy, this frequency of bliss. And in that frequency of joy and bliss is infinite opportunities and guidance. That's where our angels are. That's where the universe listens to us. Do you want to communicate from this low vibrational place or from this high place of expectation and fun? So I did this little ritual where I was drumming and then I said, dear universe, please tell me, what is my calling? What is my purpose? What am I supposed to do next? Once I said this, I kept having fun with it. I started rattling my rattle, and of course, I'm not saying to get a drum and a rattle and start doing this. What I'm saying is raise your vibration first and foremost. Do something that makes you feel good. Maybe go on a 5-minute walk. If you have access to nature, go take a walk in nature. If you can make a really good smoothie with a very nutrient dense smoothie, or maybe you can work out, maybe you can sing, play an instrument, draw, do something creative, maybe watch an inspirational video, maybe watch one of my videos if it makes you feel good. You are just raising your vibration and you're tapping into this higher frequency. Then you are stating your intention. So my intention was, universe, please guide me to what I'm supposed to do next. Your intention could be what I said earlier, such as, I'm so grateful that I have received the clarity and the direction for what I'm supposed to do with my life and how I can monetize it. Thank you for the resources. And then you open yourself up by having fun. So I got my answer 10 minutes later, and you might get your answer immediately after, a week after, a day after, a year after. It all depends on your level of belief and your openness and willingness to receive. I'm very willing to receive. I'm constantly open and looking. I'm like, show me signs, universe, lead me to where I'm supposed to be. So if your belief system is, if you really have this faith and trust in yourself and in the universe and in your higher self, you can receive the answer immediately. I got up from my little ritual and I sat down on my laptop, and I had one notification on my phone. Actually, my phone was next to my laptop, and the notification was that an intuitive healing class had just opened nearby where I live. Now when I saw that, I was like, this is so exciting. this is what I'm supposed to do. It was immediate direction. Immediately that resource popped up for me. Now, how did I know that that's the answer and that's what I'm supposed to do? It set my soul on fire. I got excited. I wanted to read about it and I wanted to sign up right away. Sometimes you might get an answer that doesn't make you feel that way, and that's because ideas are all fighting to come into physicality. They all want to come into manifestation. So sometimes bad ideas can come to you too. You can discern whether it's a good or bad idea by the way that you feel. If you got that notification the same as I did and you were like, ugh, that doesn't sound fun, that doesn't sound like something that I want to do, then that's not your purpose, that's not your calling. You have to follow your bliss and follow that fire within you. And sometimes it's not going to feel like a fire. Sometimes it's going to feel very quiet, very soothing. You might see it and you might feel super relaxed, like, I can breathe again because look at that. There's my next step. There's my purpose. There's my calling. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you about is to listen. So many people are constantly receiving guidance from the universe and they're simply not listening to it. Now, our calling, I believe that our purpose and our calling is almost a conscious being, and it wants to come into this world. So our calling is always knocking on our mind. It's knocking on the door that is our mind. The majority of people don't know how to listen to that calling. So it will knock and knock and knock and nobody will open the door. Now, as people who are experiencing, spirituality and awakening, we are a lot more alert. We can listen better. So all we have to do is just listen for the call, listen for that knock. And when we hear it, we open ourselves up. So what does listening mean? It means being open to receiving answers and receiving guidance from anywhere, from a stranger in line at the grocery store, from a movie that you didn't expect to watch and got some message from a book that you're really super focused on reading and the message pops up at you. Because what often happens is people are reading, they're watching movies, they're watching TV, they're doing all this stuff that they get messages from, but their mind is so not open to hearing the call that it just goes over them. It just doesn't compute. It's not there. So in order to compute, we have to be present, we have to listen, we have to expect these signs and synchronicities to be there. Sometimes once you let that purpose, or actually always, once that purpose comes in, once you hear the call, where it's like you get the answer from an old friend that calls you and has this idea for you, or wants to partner up with you to do something, or maybe an idea comes to you or a new opportunity just knocks on your door. It's up to you to decide whether to say yes to it or no. Again, if it's exciting or even if it's a calming thing where you're like, I found my purpose, I found what I'm supposed to do, just saying yes to it sets a signal out to the universe that says, yes, I'm open to it, let's do this. Give me the resources, give me the people, and give me the events to make this happen. You become aware of these signs by becoming present in your everyday life in every moment. If you're reading a book, really read that book. If you're reading an article, really read that article. If you're scrolling on Facebook, really scroll through Facebook and you might get messages through there. You'll get messages through your social medias. Messages are always around us. We just have to listen and open ourselves up to them. There is an action that I would like you to take in order to invite your purpose in and invite your ideas in for what you're supposed to do with the rest of your life. And again, it's not with the rest of your life, it's for now. We are living such long lives now that it's not natural or normal for us to just do one thing for the rest of our lives. And of course, if you love what you do and you want to do it forever, that's beautiful, but that's not your fate. You don't only have to do one thing for the rest of your lives. We used to live in a society where it's like you come out of school, you choose one path and you stay that path forever. We no longer live in that kind of society. People are putting on many different hats, trying on many different things, and they're getting to experience more of life. We have that ability because of the society that we live in now, because we're living so much longer, because we have so many more resources, so much more information, and so much more knowledge. So what I want you to do is to get a notepad and dedicate this notepad for ideas and for your passion. Write something about it. Make it so that in this notepad you don't write anything else, no grocery list, no to-do list. This is just for ideas. And create a ritual around it, a routine, where every day, what I do is every single day when I drink my 1 cup of coffee a day, I write down 10 ideas. I let ideas come to me. And what you're doing by doing this is you are becoming a beacon or a lighthouse for ideas. You are setting out a signal to the universe. I am open to receiving the call. I'm open to receiving ideas. And what will happen is one day, one of these ideas will follow you around. It will come to you in all these different ways. And if it excites you and you say yes to it, the resources will start to come to you as well. The right people will come to you, the right resources, the events, everything will just come together perfectly because you are being guided, because you're saying yes to the universe, because you're saying yes to this idea. And this idea, this purpose wants to come into fruition. It wants to be made manifest. It wants to be made physical. Just have to say yes to it. Your purpose exists. Make it fun. Make it enjoyable. Go out there, go out into this big world and be curious. Go after anything that excites you, anything that sets you on fire. See how far you can go with it. And sometimes you'll fail. I failed in the past. I thought that I was going to have a supplement line, and I was dragged on for 1.5 years back and forth with this manufacturer. At the end, it wasn't the right move for me. Because I had so much trust in the universe and so much faith in the universe, I was able to get out of that entire thing, get all my money that I had invested back into it, because I had so much trust in myself that something better is out there for me. And so when you set your intention to have fun and to explore, the universe will support that. We are all living in that comment section, so leave your thoughts about finding your purpose and maybe talk about your purpose a little bit, your idea, your great idea that you had, because that can inspire other people. And we can create this little haven for ideas in this comment section. And just like this notepad, it becomes a lighthouse and invites them in, because ideas are conscious beings as far as I'm concerned. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. I appreciate you. Until next time, keep your vibrations way, way, way up.